this, of course, and I have my podcasting that I do as well. So I'm kind of, oh, and I do substitute teaching. You might want to call it ADD with your career. But anyways, all that being said, maybe you can use those things and be like, hey, Sergeant Kimball, I would really love to hear blah, insert here. I also have 2 really cute pit bulls and a beautiful daughter who won't get on the screen. But any of those, I'll show you those as well. So we're going to talk about wish versus want versus doing. So here it is. I talk to a lot of people every single day, and they say, you know, I wish I could. I wish I would have. If only I could. I hear that all day long because I talk to a lot of people every day in my community, on social media, in my podcast. I talk to a lot of people, and the overwhelming thing that I hear from people is they wish they had or they wish they would have. One of the two, depending on how far gone that dream is. And wishing for stuff is the killer of dreams. It's the killer of your future. And when we wish for something, we are wishing for something because we are not putting it into action. And actions is what make things happen. Now, there's this huge concept, and I hear it all the time, about how our generation right now, the generation growing up in high school, you know, doesn't have the grit and the fortitude that previous generations had, which is also interesting because I've read a lot of books like Think and Grow Rich. There's a million different articles out there that pretty much say the same thing about the next generation. But the reason why I know this is false, and it is because I have some of the best male and female soldiers out there that are in my high schools right now that are stepping up to the plate, giving 110% every day. And when they show up and they dominate. And that's why I know that's not true. It's false. So the difference between my soldiers, right? Again, high schoolers, North Henderson, East Henderson, Brevard High School, any high school that you could throw out there, I have somebody in uniform serving. And the difference between those guys and everybody else is that those are the guys that are making things happen. They are doing, they're not wishing. They are doing what it is they know they need to do to move on to the next step, because that's what life is, right? Everybody is capable of, they are limitless beings. I believe it so much, look, I'll show you. I believe it so much that it's tattooed on my arm. People don't have limits, but when you create limits, when you create this false narrative in your head of I wish, I want, instead of I plan, is on my calendar and I'm doing, then you're never going to reach your goals like that. But every single person is capable of whatever goal they set out to do. And that's the beauty of it. And that's the beauty of watching people transform. And that's what I get to do, is I get to watch people change from one position into a completely different other position where they're confident and strong and ready to go for anything. I could give them a goal and they are going to make that goal happen. And that's one of the great things that I love about my job, is that I have fantastic soldiers that are juniors in high school that are stepping up to the plate and doing more than most average Americans will ever dream of. So, again, if you have questions, if you want more content, please let me know. Write it down in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, start planning instead of doing, or start planning instead of wishing. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe.